Welcome everyone. It is an honour to present to the Committee of London's Design Museum, so thank you for being here. I am here today to present a domestic bathroom space that promotes environmental awareness and the importance of sustainability. So can you see that next screen there?
Yeah,
Moving for me.
So what we will touch on is the brief that you guys have provided me, and then my research and development into sustainable bathroom designs. And then we'll look at all of my design documentation, which is inclusive of a concept board, FF&E board, which is like furniture, fixtures, and
things,
sample board, 3D renderings, 2D renderings, and then we'll end on a Q&A. So please leave all of your questions to the end.
Okay.
Next. It responds. Okay, the brief. So you requested the interior designers to present a design that will permanently feature in the museum. Your main requirements was to showcase the impact of sustainability in interior design and include sustainable materials, practices, technologies, and ensure that it's accessible and also interactive. So I've created a concept, a design, and a drawing package to present to you guys. So the next slide is just a snippet of the research that I conducted, looking at different materials of flooring, wall materials, technologies, and practices. They all promote sustainability, and I found it really interesting to research because of the different options that you can get both in low and high budget ranges. Next, we have my development into floor plan layouts. I trialed a lot of different bubble diagrams, traffic flows, zoning, and then chose different FF&E to apply it to the floor plans. As you can see here, one second, here I at first looked at having like a tree structure within the middle of the room, and then it being enclosed. But then I realized with it needing to be accessible for wheelchairs, it's probably not the best kind of design approach, especially for the traffic flow. So I chose to still include something that was biophilic by having a plant feature that was suspended from the ceiling. So that still kind of invites that promotion of environmental awareness into the space whilst not affecting the traffic flow at all. And next we have my final concept board. So I developed several mood boards and inspiration boards, which led to my final concept here. As you can see, there's a lot of different styles that are all kind of combined into one. My main influence was definitely the Japanese style, which is a big representation of the environment in a modern kind of world. Japanese style is a fusion of Japanese and Scandinavian styles. So Japanese is a lot of organic materials being contrasted with the natural textures, while still using like a very neutral color palette. Whereas Scandinavian is very minimalist and clean lines and very functional. So combining that was quite a nice twist on sustainable design, I'd say. And I've also kind of incorporated a bit of Moroccan style, which you will see in my next renderings. So firstly, we just have my sustainable technologies. So I'll just touch on them briefly. We've got taps and shower, which all use Vola technology. Vola is a great website and company that is recognized sustainably, and they all have like EPDs, which uses environmental product declarations. So the company's like transparent, you can see everything that they use and sell. And the taps also have like valves, which have small flow regulators to create bubbles, which reduce water volume and then save water and energy. As for the lighting, we've got the feature lighting here and wall lights and also recessed lighting. They all use LED lighting and are all dimmable, which are long lasting and energy saving. And we also have the wall lights here are also sensors. So at nighttime, it's reducing energy by you not having to use your recessed lights. And the next thing we have is the sensor shower toilet. It has wash and dry settings that eliminate any need for toilet paper. I think this is really important in bathroom design now because one toilet roll uses 37 gallons of water and 1.5 pounds of wood. So eliminating the need for toilet paper is extremely important. And then we have a grey water recycling system, which uses UV light disinfectant technology that filters dirty water. And this water can be used to irrigate bathrooms, grey water use, or like gardens or pools as well. And as you can see here, I've actually got a plant feature wall, which you'll see later as well, but that can also be irrigated by the grey water recycling system. Next, we have the bathroom materials. So all of them are either sustainably sourced or use natural or plentiful raw materials. And all of the companies are environmentally recognized, and somehow like each of these elements will all consider the environment and make you feel environmentally aware by making viewers think about the surrounding natural world. And next we have my sample board, which you can see is definitely inspired by all of the different styles I said. So you can see the Moroccan style here. It's recycled wood mirror, but it's in that kind of traditional Moroccan style shape, as well as having Moroccan kind of earthy tone tiles mixed with the Scandinavian white walls and floors, and then obviously combined with a lot of the different wood textures that you can see. So we've got cognac wood here and rattan, which is used throughout the design, as well as a lot of the brass fixtures, finishes. And next we have all of my 3D renderings. So as you can see here, this is the vanity space, which is divided by a partition wall. And that provides privacy for the toilet here, which is like a nice, like inclusive space where you can look out and view into the installation of the bathroom, as well as all of the plant features. So we've got the plant wall here and the ceiling feature here, which either can be irrigated by grey water recycler, or we can use fake plants, which is using recycled plastic, which still gives the effect of that biophilic design, but for the purpose of the installation, it can be fake. And these are my other renderings, just a close up of each of the kind of elements. So we've got the ceiling plant feature here, and then the vanity space and the shower space. And then the rest is just all my design documentation. So this is my technical floor plan with all my FF&E on it, and my elevations with all FF&E on it. Then we've got my electrical floor plan, so you can see all the points where the electrician would need to apply everything. So the switches there, and then switches on each side, which is good for accessibility for everyone. And then that's just without the furniture. And then this one is a sustainable integration floor plan. So I think that would be really cool to include into the actual exhibit as well, so people can see how each element is like environmentally considered and relevant to the brief. And then that's just my final floor plan, which just includes all of the textures and finishes, so it can really make you visualize the space in a 2D perspective. And that is it. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any questions, please let me know.
Alex, do you want to go first, or do you want me to?
Yeah, sure. Have there been any major compromises you've had to make, given the space that we've got available to us, or have you managed to get in most of the technologies and features that you would have wanted to?
Yeah, I think it probably was a bit difficult to include all of the technologies, considering there's no like thick wall thicknesses that you need for like a normal kind of bathroom. Like you'd need the plumbing on like a thicker wall, or you'd need like a lot of the lighting needs to, like, we don't know the roof dimensions, so how much lighting can we put in the roof and things like that. So yeah. Yes, any other questions?
You've managed to get the majority of the elements you wanted in there.
Yeah, I think so. I think I definitely liked the inclusion of having like a bath on a platform and then the shower on a platform as well. It creates a bit more depth in it. But yeah, I do think I've got most of the elements that I'm quite happy with, but I do think you do have to consider the fact that everything has to be sustainable. So that is a bit of a trickier kind of perspective on it.
Yeah, I think that's kind of my question. Like, I love the combination of like the Japanese, Scandi, Moroccan designs. They're really complementary. And your use of biophilic design and biomimic design, because even though, like you said, for this one, the installation of plants are fake, the effects on humans still very similar. So even though it's not real plants, the way it makes people feel is very similar. So even if this was duplicated in other places with fake plants, it still has the same feel. So I think that can be kept forward, because sometimes internally, for example, in like bathrooms that are less slightly on the edge of building, it's more in the middle, there's less chance of light and so it can still work artificially. I think my question is, how do you see this prototype being copied and pasted in other, like, is it the idea to take this and maybe, I don't know, like, try and adapt it to work on like a larger scale, or is it a case of if someone wanted to design it like this?
I think it was like, for the purpose of the brief, it is like a domestic setting, and it's kind of give people ideas that are going into the installation, and like they're seeing these ideas and they're like, oh, I could apply that in my own design. Maybe it's not like the entire installation, it's going to be put on like a grand scheme, like scope of it. They can take things like the grey water irrigation system, or like the use of the sustainable materials from resin, and making things their own, I guess.
Yeah, that's really clever. And also on that, obviously some people would be like, oh, I don't have the money for like the Vola technology, but they would have the money, you know, to in long term use smart recycling systems like the water recycling that you're proposing. So I think you've offered a load of options there, and I'm going to consider redoing my bathroom now.
Well,
and I guess the difference in options between the plastic plant and a real irrigated plant on the roof, I imagine one would be substantially cheaper than the other. So you almost like you could reconstruct a bathroom like this, but with budget tiers.
Definitely.
Using the different technologies.
Lots of different options available. I think that's definitely important to bring you guys options and with cheaper or more expensive alternatives.
Yeah, I really like it.
That's very interesting.
Very clever. Yeah, and loads of ideas thrown in there. So well done.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
All right, I will be in touch with the future kind of process.
Looking forward to hearing from you.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Cara.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Speak soon. Bye bye.